The 25th of January witnesses the second anniversary of the unrest in Egypt. The North African country is going through economic challenges that have put more pressure on a nation already suffering from political turmoil. Yasser Hakim looks back on the last 2 years and assesses how the economy has fared since the unrest.
2 years since the uprising, many questions have been raised on whether Egypt achieved the revolution's goals of food, freedom and social justice, or if it is at least on the right track.
The economic situation is worse than before the revolution. I don't see any hope of improvement.
The unemployment rates have increased, prices are higher, people are worried.
None of our demands in the revolution have been met. We changed Mubarak with someone worse. The government is making life hard for us.
Numbers are one way of making sense of the dire situation. In only 2 years, foreign currency reserve dropped by 70%. Foreign investment has neared the zero mark. Foreign and internal debt is at $300 million. Tourism down by 50%, and the Egyptian pound is losing its value by the day.
There was a security vacuum in the country with high levels of violence and looting in the last 2 years. There were also daily demonstrations and strikes which scared investors away from Egypt. We saw the closure of nearly 2,000 factories and many businesses went bankrupt because of the instability we are living in.
When elections brought the Muslim Brotherhood to parliament and presidency under the slogan, Islam is the solution, there were high hopes that conditions will improve. But reality is hitting the people hard.
President Morsi promised at least 200 billion of immediate investments once he was elected, but it turned out to be just talk. His economic performance showed that the Brotherhood have no vision or plan of action, and the political decisions led to strife and clashes between different forces, and that divided the country and hindered any economic development.
The government turned to the IMF, the World Bank and donor states like Qatar and Saudi Arabia for loans and grants to reduce budget deficits, while it embarked on a series of austerity measures such as tax increases and cuts in subsidies.
Loans are not preferable because you cannot guarantee repayment in the current conditions, but it helps on the short term. What worries me is that the government is resorting to tax increases and subsidy cuts on Egyptians who are already suffering enough. I suggest restructuring the tax collection system and promoting industries that yield instant foreign exchange, such as tourism.
And as the second anniversary is celebrated, people are still waiting for better economic and living conditions to come. The feeling amongst many Egyptians is that President Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood have failed to deliver on the economic aspirations of the nation. Islamists say they have inherited 30 years of corruption and they need time to achieve the prosperity the people long for. This is Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.